Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. So, I'm actually going to do a second video today. This whole RFK nonsense, his comments about autism are completely wild, insane, and outrageous. Like, first of all, there's a spectrum, right? On autism, there are people who have it mildly in, all the way to people where he's referring to like this big blanket autism, never be able to play baseball or have a girlfriend or get married or have a job or even go to the bathroom by themselves. I mean, this disgusting guy, right? The health guy who, by the way, a little bit of background about RFK Jr., he used to be a heroin addict, injecting heroin for more than a decade. I'm seeing here 15 years. Now, some people have said he's got the thing going on with his vocal cords, that he damaged his vocal cords from heroin. That's probably not true. It's some sort of weird neurological disorder. Some people even said the vaccines, that's why he's so anti-vax. But let me just tell you what's going on with him. All right. This is the health guy, the Mr. Health guy who doesn't like vaccines and takes steroids, right? But Kennedy has a condition called spasmodic dysphonia, right? It's a neurological disorder that causes involuntary spasms in the muscles controlling his vocal cords. These spasms result in a raspy, strained voice that can make it difficult for him to speak clearly and can cause his voice to break or sound strangled. So yes, it's a neurological disorder. It's a type of dystonia, a movement disorder that affects the muscles controlling the vocal cords. Vocal cord spasms, involuntary spasms in the muscles that open and close his vocal cords. And the characteristics, as we know, is the result in a voice that is often raspy, strained, or hoarse, and spasms and the voice can break or sound strangled, and there's no known cure. So here's the thing. I don't hear people talk about this. I hear he's always going after autistic people. I'm like, dude, what about your condition? And let me just say this, it's going after people who have afflictions, and it's really gross. And we live in a civil society, so I understand that. But I mean, there's absolutely no discussion of that. And here he is attacking autistic people. So let me play this and then I'll talk some more. This is Vaush has a few comments here, and a lot of his audience, by the way, are autistic. But listen to this.
Oh, right. Let me mark this down.
In a second.
Motherfucker.
Do I have this set up right? It's coming up in a second, right here. I think he said it. So let me.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. What am I? Can somebody who's better at talking than me find a way to satirize this?
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Please?
Here it
Sure.
is. Look, watch this.
This is an individual tragedy as well. Autism destroys families. More importantly, it destroys our greatest resource, which are our children. These are children who should not be suffering like this. These are kids who, many of them were fully functional and regressed because of some environmental exposure into autism when they're 2 years old. And these are kids who will never pay taxes. They'll never hold a job. They'll never play baseball. They'll never write a poem. They'll never go out on a date.
I genuinely need someone to ask RFK Jr. what he thinks autism does to you.
Exactly.
Never play baseball? Baseball players are actually super autistic, and I'm not joking. Everyone's autistic now. That's the whole point. Autists don't write poems. Okay, look. RFK Jr. is legitimately insane. But there is still a point here. And it is Nazi shit.
Yep.
I tried to grab Ruben so I could show him off as an example of an autist.
He's getting his cap. He does a live stream, so there's a lot of...
I tried.
Excuse me.
There we go. It is Nazi shit. The goal here is to build a pipeline. And the pipeline is health-conscious, conspiracy-minded parents' rights types and turn them into basically Nazis. This is the useless eaters thing, right? Rather than going after people who are disabled in like a traditional, like they're in a wheelchair kind of sense, we're instead making autism this like insane, abstract, almost like moral mark, a universally disabling force. They'll never play baseball, write a poem, play taxes, have a job. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
No.
Like, it's
fucking
insane.
Nuts.
It makes no sense. Completely nonsensical. But the idea is to like turn autism into a specter
That's right.
that looms and that must be eradicated. Like the idea is to detach autism from the actual condition. Autism is not actually a descriptor of a set of psychological and behavioral characteristics that an increasing number of people have, right? It is instead like a marker of everything that can go wrong with a person, everything that can rob a child from their parents, and it needs to be eradicated.
That's what they're going for.
Which is why you have these insane. You have them saying like people with ADHD need to be sent to camps.
Let me pause this.
Autism is caused by environmental factors, which I believe too, but not vaccines.
Yeah. Let me just pause this. He goes on, and there's precedent, and I believe they are heading towards this. Just look at what the Nazis did to disabled people, retarded people. They just gassed them. This is the whole eugenics things. But I think it's totally rich from a guy who is the health guy who... Like, I understand. You can't help. He's got a neurological disorder. It's never discussed, though. You notice that? It's like, wait a minute, the elephant in the room. Like, dude, what's going on with the... Like, you're like the health guy, heroin addict for 15 years, and steroids. What's going on? Like, you look at his face, it's all wrinkled and looks like an ugly turtle, But this stuff is disgusting and dangerous, and I'm looking over like just think about this guy. All right, this guy is the health and human services, whatever the position he has here, and he's not a doctor. He's not a doctor, right? I mean, just think about this nut job, environmental lawyer, that's his title, and he's the human health guy who's against vaccines. So this is a crazy world. And like, I agree with Vaush, the RFK Jr. is absolutely insane. He's a scumbag. He's a fucking predator. They're all predators, pedophile, the whole thing. Did you hear what his sister, was it RFK Jr.'s sister or his niece, whatever? This guy's a scumbag. He tortures animals. He puts, this guy's a disgusting, gross guy. And he's a piece of shit grifter. And there's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with all of them. All right. I had to talk about this because I don't know why people don't talk about his heroin abuse and what's going on with his throat. Okay. RFK Jr. is a piece of shit on that note. All right. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace. Okay, if you made it this far, thank you very much. Make sure you like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm, and spread it around. Peace, everyone.